Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another Premier League review live stream. Obviously, game week 12. And yeah, I don't really like the midweek fixtures, especially when they're on Amazon Prime. And you would have known that if you was on the Liverpool stream yesterday. But yeah, obviously we're here to talk about all the midweek games that happened. Obviously, 9 games happened, not 10. Obviously, the Arsenal versus Tottenham game was not on because of Arsenal playing today in the Europa League. And what a dead game that was, by the way. I watched that. What a load of rubbish that was. But yeah, let's get into it. So let's go through the comments. And yeah, I'm looking different, people. I'm looking different. Do you know what I mean? Got shaved, got the trim. Do you know what I mean? I'll show you it. Got the trim. It was needed, innit? Birthday week. Do you know what I mean? Weekend/week. It was only right. I mean, I'm looking different. Or pulling all the girls now. I'm joking. But yeah, let's go through the comments. Spencer says, "Hey T, big up yourself, mate." And he says, "Gerrard is getting sacked in the morning. I don't know if he can survive another week unless he is a cat." Yeah, and they're 17th in the table. Yeah, I know, it's a madness, mate. It's a madness. I watched that game as well. Arsenal game, and then I watched that. Flipping hell. I think he meant to put, oh my God, about the new look. Yeah, I'm looking different. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first game that we're going to talk about was a game. Chris violated me. Big up yourself, Chris, mate. But a game I got a lot of one-pointers in this midweek, but then there was games where I didn't get anything. And to be fair, there was only a couple I didn't get anything from. And this was one of them. Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. And all I can really say about this game is Dean Henderson, mate. If it wasn't for him, Forest wouldn't have got anything out of this game. Brighton were all over him. You know, Forest had like one good chance with Gibbs White. But yeah, Dean Henderson, he made some really good saves. And yeah, he has been getting a lot of criticism this year, Dean Henderson, which to a certain extent I can agree with. But then I can't, because there's been games where he's actually been really good for Forest this season already. You know, I look at West Ham, you know, where he's saved a lot of penalties. And yeah, he has saved penalties this year. He's a good shot stopper. And like I said, if it wasn't for him in this game, Nottingham Forest wouldn't have got anything. And it's a very good place to go and, you know, get point at the end of the season. Obviously, it could be a very vital point, because I think even they know now they're going to be in a relegation battle. You know, a lot of their fans at the start of the season were thinking they could get top half. Looking very unlikely now, or top 12, sorry. Looking very unlikely now. But yeah, Dean Henderson with a brilliant performance. Like, that is the only reason Brighton didn't score. And we've seen a lot of these performances from goalkeepers in recent games, especially in the Premier League. Look at Kepa against Aston Villa. You know, even though they've been shocking, that was probably one of the recent games where they actually deserved to not get a result, but deserved to score a goal. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, obviously we'll get into their game in a bit. But yeah, that's all I can really say about this one. Dean Henderson, definite man of the match, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. Kenny says Brighton are back, the XG Kings. Yeah, trust me. Hopefully both teams brighten up their form in next game. Like I said, looking at it for Nottingham Forest, you know, come the end of the season, it could be a vital point to look back on, because Brighton is not always an easy place to go to, as we know. That for me, I'm more confident when I do predictions when they play away for them. But yeah, at home, they're still good at home, you know. So yeah, that's that really on this game. There's not really too much else to really say about this one. But yeah, moving up to the next game. Game I said 1-0 to Crystal Palace, so I've got the outcome right. Like I said, a lot of the games in this midweek, I've got the outcomes right. No games spot on, close on a couple. Not necessarily this one, but Crystal Palace beating Wolves 2-1. And yeah, it was another one where it was another one of them turnarounds. That's back-to-back home games for Palace where they've turned it around from being 1-0 down. Obviously, the last game was against Leeds that they've done that in. And Traore scored the first half goal, not as early as when Leeds did, but at the 31st minute. Header, a lot of headed goals as well this week, or this midweek, shall I say, in the Premier League. And great header by him at the back post. Brilliant ball in by Bueno, I think is how you say his name. And obviously, Wolves took the lead. I think that was actually Wolves' first away. So, yeah, I think I might be right in saying I think that was their first away goal of the season. Let me know if you know, but I'm pretty sure it is. I can't be asked to look back on their fixtures. But yeah, like I said, obviously they took the lead. And then going into the second half, Palace has switched it up. Whatever Vieira said to them definitely worked out. They turned it around. Eze with the goal. Another header it was as well. Like I said, Wolves obviously taking the lead through a header. Obviously, Palace equalising in the second half with the same thing. Ball in by Elise, and then Eze headed it towards the right hand side of the goal to make things level. And then Zaha got a goal. As soon as the ball was played across him by Edouard, you knew he was going to score. The amount of space he had. It was always going to be one of them really. In that sense, and then obviously, like I said, that put them into the lead, and they went on to win the game. But like I said, whatever Vieira said to him at the second half definitely worked out, and brilliant fight back by Palace, and also probably the crowd helped in that game as well. You know what it's like at Selhurst Park, and I saw a video the other day of their fans. I believe it was in the second half when they started playing really well, but their fans were really on it. And you know what you can get at Selhurst Park, and for the atmosphere it seemed like that, especially midweek as well, with any team. But Crystal Palace, it stands out the most for that in my opinion, in the Premier League anyway. That's for sure, in my opinion. From what I've heard, I can't judge it on fully what I've seen because unfortunately I've never been to a Premier League game. But from what I hear and see on TV. That's my prediction, or my guessing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like I said, brilliant turnaround by Crystal Palace in this one. Let's go through some comments before we move on to the next game. I got both games spot on today. Yeah, fair enough. To be fair, yeah, we'll get onto the games in a bit today, obviously, and then I'll save my thoughts for that. Wolves just awful again. Can't take chances. I watched the game and Wolves were creating, but they didn't finish anyone to finish. Yeah, Costa had a good chance at the start of the game, didn't he? I think with him, give it a few more games and he'll start to kick in the swing of things. But I still don't think it. Still think they'll be in that relegation battle, even with signing him. To be honest with you, Wolves are just in a relegation battle, or are in a relegation battle. Sorry. And I'll be honest, they're probably one of the favourites to head back down. They're definitely up there as it stands. And they haven't even got a manager as of yet, have they? There's still rumours about Nuno, but there's only rumours so far. Good win for Palace, says Chris. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously mentions about that Liz Truss. Yeah, I saw that. I don't really pay attention to it, but I saw it. Because my mum was probably shouting about it earlier, so that's how I knew about it. But yeah, it's just mad, isn't it? But the only time and then someone sent me memes, Watford managers and Liz Truss have something in common, and whatever it was, and I'll put it on my story on Instagram and Snapchat. It's brilliant, man. Don't even get me started, mate. Now Wolves confirm the current head coach is staying. I don't even know who that is. So, yeah, it's not looking good for them. Do you know what I mean? It's not looking good for them. Ben big up away, he says, yo. But moving on to the next game, South Coast Derby. Again, another game I was close. I said 0-0. But obviously South Coast Derby, and O'Neill has suffered his first defeat as Bournemouth interim manager. And yeah, Shay Adams with the goal. A player I rate. You know, I said it on the stream the other day. I actually like Shay Adams. I think he's a good player. I know he gets a lot of criticism, but I think he's a good player. And he scored a header again. That's what I mean. A lot of headers in this midweek. That was another headed goal. And obviously the only goal fairly early on in the game, the 9th minute, in which they took the lead. And yeah, you know, Bournemouth had 2 penalty shouts. For me, they're both not penalties, especially that first one. You know, it didn't even hit his arm. You know, I don't know. You know, I understand the fans trying to say, yeah, penalty, because, you know, any team does that. Any fans do that. But the players, I don't really know how they were trying to. I guess they're doing the same thing in that sense, but no way was it a penalty. It didn't even hit his arm. It hit like there, sort of thing. But yeah, they had a shout for that. And then they had another one, which would have been harsh again if it was given. The guy, I can't remember who it was, but he did say like his hand was behind his back, and obviously it was, you know, when he actually moved it there. And yeah, Bournemouth did have chances, but you know, Southampton, they probably deserved to win the game, and you know, a bit of pressure started to mount on Hassan Hootel as well. So it's good that he got this win, especially in the South Coast Derby. And to be fair, it was against a Bournemouth side that have been unbeaten, you know, under O'Neill. But I think it also links to what me and Chris always say, where, yeah, they were on good form, but you don't want to rush it because you've seen what's, you know, stuff's happened in the past. Like I say, I don't compare the clubs, but look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United, for example, and they rushed him into the swing of things. Look what happened. I was telling all my Man United mates at the time, like I say all the time, people, I wish I did YouTube back then, because I was saying to them, you don't want to rush it because it's not going to end well. And look what happened there. So, you know, that's why I say what I say about that. But yeah, you know, Southampton, they grinded out the result, and obviously this took them out of the relegation zone as well. Still believe they'll be in and around the relegation zone come the end of the season. And Lewis has just sent me a post by Aston Villa. Is that Gerrard being sacked? I put on the title, Gerrard surely has to go now. There you go. He is gone, people. He is gone. Look at that. Go on the Instagram. Go on Twitter. I'm sure it'll be on there as well. It says, here we go, live and direct on T-Boys TV. You're getting it right now. Aston Villa Football Club can confirm that coach Steven Gerrard has left the club with immediate effect. Yeah, so there you go, people. There you go. Just like that, he has gone. I'm going to change the name of the title now because, yeah, he has gone. So bear with me while I do that. You never know what the algorithm might do as well when I do that. Let's take that out. But let me know, people, if the has the title changed for you lot? Wait, what? Oh, what? No, I can't edit it on here. Hold up. I have to do it a different way. Was coming that? Yeah, it was. You know, I said after the game, I thought it'd be tomorrow. I thought it'd be similar to Steve Bruce. Like, I thought he would maybe go after Chelsea. Not that they were bad against Chelsea, because out of their recent games, since it's been this bad, well, I'm saying since the Nottingham Forest game, out of all of them, Chelsea, they were unlucky not to score. But I just thought, with it being another loss and just, you know, not scoring a goal, I thought it'd be that. But yeah, let me just change the title, because he has literally gone as we speak. And yeah, for me, like I said, it was always going to come today or tomorrow. But I did reckon it'd be tomorrow. But yeah, with how toxic it was at the club, we'll get into that game in it. I won't say too much until we get into it. So yeah, but yeah, it wasn't great from him. I remember doing a video about when he signed. Do you know what I mean? But there you go. The title should have changed. Let me just double check if it has real quick. Off the stream. I don't know if anyone's ever... it has. I don't know if anyone's ever changed it like that. But there we go. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. But Yeah, that has happened. But yeah, what game was I talking about? The South Coast one, wasn't it? South Coast one. It was always no, sorry, not always. I'm thinking about Gerrard thing now. Um, yeah, Southampton have grinded out the result, and like I said, for me, they'll still be in the relegation battle come the end of the season, but it could be a vital 3 points, and it's in a derby. And like I said, it's not the biggest South Coast derby, but it's always good to get points against nearby teams. It's good to get points about anyone, but even better, do you know what I mean, against a team in your sort of area. And also with the fact, Bournemouth are doing well under O'Neill. So credit to Southampton. And from what I heard, their away support was pretty good as well. I know it's probably, well, not probably, I know it's easier to make noise at Bournemouth sort of ground because it's similar to Luton's, but still, credit to them. Let's go through the comments. Yep, got a fresh trim, mate. Birthday weekend technically, and birthday obviously on Tuesday. So yeah, man, I had to sort everything out. Kenny says, big win for the Saints, puts them up to 14th. The Cherries should be fine as long as this doesn't carry on to other games. Exactly. Heard Bournemouth were unlucky, to be fair. Like I said, they had a few chances, but they had 2 penalty shots, but they definitely weren't penalties for me. And I'm sure if you saw it, you would have said the exact same thing. Typical Southampton. I said draw, so, I do say it. They draw, they win, lose, but it's what it is. Yep, he's gone. Big up yourself as well, Ravi. Big up Stephen as well. He says big up Ty. Will Gerrard get another Prem job, or is he better off in Championship, League 1 and 2? I reckon he should have a little go in Championship, to be fair. Because Championship, we know how competitive it is, and yeah, man, that would be a good place for me to see what he does. Don't know what team. Don't ask me what team. And for anyone who goes Luton, Nathan Jones ain't leaving, mate. Just didn't work out at all. Aston Villa ambitions were unrealistic, with all due respect, and I said that from the start. It's a very risky appointment, says Chris. Yeah, exactly. And when he's come out and said what he said, about the ambitions, which is obviously Europe, and you look at the 17th, do you know what I mean? No, they had that defender that got injured, but still, other than that, they've still got really good players like Coutinho. Buendia's a good player. They've got good players. Do you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't be in that position. Gerrard for Wolves. That would be interesting. But obviously, I've said that's not going to happen now because whoever's their head now, Kenny said earlier, is going to be it for the whole season. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Let me get rid of that comment. Big up yourself, Chris, but I didn't even realise I still had it up here. Next game, obviously Liverpool-West Ham. Got the outcome right, 1-0. Yeah, watch along. I'm never doing a watch along on Amazon Prime again. That I know you lot wanted to see it, but flipping hell, that is why I'm never doing one again. You know how bad it was. Yeah, just not doing that again. Next time I'll just do a live sort of vlog thing like I did when we lost 3-2 to West Ham, or even a match reaction. I don't know. One of them two. Never doing one again. Obviously, you know how bad it lagging, how behind I was. It was a joke. But anyway, Liverpool, obviously because it's, my second team, talk about the lineup, my thoughts. I was very happy with the lineup, like I said, on the watch long. Obviously, Alisson in goal. Trent was right back. Obviously, Milner wasn't. Gomez, Van Dijk, Tsimikas. Don't mind Tsimikas, of course, very good backup option for Robertson. Even starts games ahead of him, for example, sometimes. And then it was Firmino and Nunes up top, and Salah on the right sort of side, Carvalho on the left sort of side, and then Thiago and Henderson in their own sort of two as a midfield. But yeah, obviously Nunes took the lead for Liverpool, got his first Anfield goal. Brilliant ball in by Tsimikas. We know he can do that. I'm very buzzy. Am I actually? I'm actually really buzzy. I don't know why that is. Honestly, don't know why that is. Let me know if it's better. How bad is it? Let me listen to it. Oh yeah, what the hell? Hold up. Yeah, what's going on there? Hmm. Yeah, people, that is bad. Oh, that's just made it even worse. I'm sorry, people. I'm just trying to sort it out. What about now? Nah, you can't be dealing with that. What the fuck? This is actually meant to be a good mic. Trust me, I'm not having that. My old one used to do that. Wait, hello? What's it like now, people? Nah, it's still green when I'm not even saying anything. That's how I know it's bad. Hold on. What's going on? I think I've just sorted it. You lot are probably loving this. I think I've just sorted it. I can hear it a little bit, but it's not as bad, is it? Oh, fucking hell. Wow, why is it doing that? Give me a sec, man. Hello? Hello? Nah, why? I can still hear it making them weird fucking noises. Like, that's actually winding me up. Like, what is it doing, bro? Like, echo cancellation and shit. Even though it's not echoing, but like, it should block out them sort of noises. Hello? Hello? No, that ain't working. Yo, what's that like? What is going on with this mic, bro? Oh, fuck's sake, man. Like, what is this stupid fucking crunching noise? Like, real talk. Oh, hold up, hold up. Like, I literally got a new mic. Like, it never does this. Why is it doing this? Nah. No, it's not even letting me go on the fucking setting, bro. It's not even letting me go on the fucking setting, bro. Nah, I can't even go on the setting, bro. We're gonna have to deal with what we're gonna have to deal with, boys. I can't do anything. I can't even go on the setting, bro. We're gonna have to deal with what we're gonna have to deal with, boys. I can't do anything. Oh, nah, this laptop is too slow, boys. It's too slow, like. I can't fucking do anything. Like, it's slower than fucking Per Mertesacker, honestly. I'll try to go out and go back in it if it lets me. It's bullshit. It's got all my things in it, innit? Oh, what is this doing? It's not even letting me fucking get out of it, bro. Oh, what is this BS, man? Fucking. Oh. Like, I can't leave, people. It's not letting me leave. Just let me leave, bro. What? What the hell? Why is it so zoomed in? Give me a sec, man. Right. It sounded briefly better. Don't know. I'm gonna have to test it. Yeah, I don't think I can hear it now. Yeah, sorry about that, people. But I don't know why the hell it's doing that. But we're back again. We're back again. I've got to get everything up again, and that takes about 20 years. the thing is, this laptop don't need to update. It tell me if it needs to, which could have potentially been it, but no, don't need to do that. What game was we even on? Oh yeah, Liverpool game. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm very happy with the lineup. Yeah, sorry about that, people. It just annoys me. Like, what the hell's going on with this laptop? But anyway, very happy with the lineup, like I said. And yeah, Núñez obviously getting his first goal at Anfield. Brilliant ball in by Shimikash. You know, he's got a lot of a lot of assists, since he's come to Liverpool. And yeah, brilliant header by Núñez. He should have scored a lot more in this game, as we know. He had a chance before the goal. Should he have scored that one? I don't know. Maybe not necessarily that one. That was a good effort. Good save by Fabianski to tip it over. But he definitely had a chance after the goal where he should have done better, straight at Fabianski. And then obviously West Ham had a penalty. I've officially been able to see it properly. I don't know why I said it so weird then. But yeah, Bowen obviously took it. It was a penalty. I did think it was a penalty. Bowen took it. Good save by Alisson. And you know how I was saying Carvalho man of the match? Obviously didn't help with the lag and all the ball crap. So I couldn't judge the game properly. But seeing it back on the highlights, for me, I'm going to give it to Alisson. Made some wicked saves. Not even just the penalty. You know, made some saves that kept us in the game, really, to be quite honest here. And how many times has he done that? You know, even games where we've, drawn games, he's helped us from like not losing that game. You know, he's such a world-class keeper. We already know this. You know, for me, when it comes to one-on-one shot stopping, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. Overall, you could say he's definitely up there. If he's not your first choice, he's up there with Oblak, Neuer, and Alisson. I think probably based on form and how them keepers are. Don't get me wrong, I don't watch Atletico week in, week out, but every time I do see Oblak, he's good. And Neuer, he's still kicking. He's still live and kicking at his age now. So yeah, that's why I say them two and Alisson. Based on keepers right now, they're the top three for me. I don't really know what order. But yeah, if he's not in your top, one, top two, he's definitely in your top three, surely. But yeah, brilliant performance by him. And for me, looking back on the highlights, I'm going to give him man of the match. And to be fair, Carvalho, he did do all right, but he did lose the ball a couple of times. But I'm not going to moan too much. He's young. He's still developing. Shouldn't really be relying on him. Not that we was relying solely on him, but do you know what I mean? It's one of them really for me. But we continued this winning run. And obviously we've got a tough game at the weekend, early kickoff as well, against Nottingham Forest, which obviously I'll be doing a watch along to. Work's crazy this week, by the way, people. I've been asked to work on Saturday and Sunday before the games as well of Luton and Liverpool, but I'll be back by then. Depending on what time I might get back, I might have a sleep because I don't know how early I'm waking up. But yeah, that's happening. But yeah, for me, I'm going to give Alisson man of the match. West Ham, they had a chance at the end where they should have really scored. Souček. But then again, it was good defended by Liverpool. But then again, they should have done better. But, like I said, we grinded out the result. And that's all that matters, especially where, we want to, we're fighting for top four. We're not fighting for the title. Let's be real now. We can, I would say we can still get that second place because you look at the performance against Man City and we're still showing that we're still that level. We just have been very inconsistent at times this season, but this could be the run that we start to go on where it could change. We've got some games where we can pick up points. The only game I look at that I can remember from the top of my head and maybe worry a little bit about is Tottenham away because, yeah, we're a bit edgy there. Especially in recent years. Remember last year went there, drew 2-2, which I didn't think was a bad result considering we did get a red card in that game, which was bull crap. I think it was Robertson and Harry Kane should have been sent off. And we did have inexperienced midfield that haven't played with each other. We had like Milner, Morton, and someone else. Can't remember who it was. Like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that. And yeah, we'll see what goes on there. Favourable, but games, except maybe that one before the World Cup. So we'll see what goes on. And Donnarumma as well. Yeah, that's another good shout in the chat, Stephen. But yeah, let's see what you lot say about the game. Was at work for whole game. Just watch highlights. Look good in first half. Very lucky in second half. But it's job done. Where's the Nunes haters? Yeah, true. Where are they? I saw match of day highlight. Great ball to Nunes. The pen was Stonewall, but what a nice save. Yeah, looking back at it, the only reason it was, I had to look at it again on the watch longs because I don't know if he actually landed on him, but obviously he did. So yeah, Oblak been at it for years. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fair enough. Donnarumma, I did forget about him. He's class as well, as we saw in the Euros. But anyway, moving on to the next game, a game I got a point from. I said 1-1 this game, London Derby. Obviously, I said on the title, predicting these games, can the Bees sting Chelsea or Blues? No, I said Chelsea, wasn't it? And, they ended their winning, sort of run that they've been on recently. And again, this was another really good keeper performance. I think without a shadow of a doubt, Kepa's the man of the match. He's been brilliant recently. We have to be real. Last 2 games, he's been class. Tony had some good chances, but Kepa was just keeping them out. And Bueno had a chance as well. Was it in the second half? To be fair, that one was straight at him, so that one I'm not really going to give him a lot of credit for because he should be making that. But the ones on Ivan Toney, Ivan Toney had 2 good chances in the first half, 2 really good saves by Kepa. And yeah, for me, he's the man of the match. Brentford, had a lot of good chances. Chelsea had a few chances, but Brentford had the better ones. Yeah, they were unlucky, like Stephen says in the chat. And they tend to be unlucky when they play Chelsea. Like I always mentioned the game last year, especially going into this one where, at Brentford, where Chelsea narrowly won. Brentford were very unlucky in that game. I believe they should have had a penalty. And again, it was another really good keeper performance that day in Mendy that time. So, yeah, they just get unlucky. But at least they didn't lose this one. Despite them having really good chances, I think if they look at it properly with how good Kepa actually was, I think they'll take the point and move on to their next game, which I think is Aston Villa now, isn't it? That's going to be interesting to see what Aston Villa do managerial-wise. It'd be interesting to see if they try and get someone in immediately or do, what Bournemouth have done, what Wolves are going to do. Going to be interesting. IB says, nice being. It's gone, mate. It's gone. I haven't really felt it like that. Yeah, it feels, especially on the side, it feels like, yeah. But, you lot are probably like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, that's my thoughts on the game, really. The Potter honeymoon is over. Yeah. No, it is. As much as they're still unbeaten, it is over in that sense. But then again, a lot of their fans will say we're still unbeaten. They got Man United next. For me, I don't know prediction. Obviously, I'll do my prediction stream tomorrow. But that's an interesting one. A lot of people, even Man United fans, are saying Tottenham are going to batter them. Obviously, we'll get into that game very shortly. But look what happened there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, moving on to the next game. Game I've got another outcome right. Like I say, I've got no games spot on, but I've got a lot of 1 points. I said 2-1 Newcastle in this game. They ended up winning 1-0, but very dominant display by them. Almiron scoring another cracking goal, and obviously that was the only goal of the game, which won them the game. Guimaraes with the assist. And brilliant goal by him. Pickford had no chance. And yeah, man, they should have really made it more. Newcastle, the amount of chances they had should have definitely been a lot more. 100%. So many good chances for them. But they got the win, which they'll be happy with. And as for Everton, this is where they're starting to go on a bit of a downfall in that sense, isn't it? They haven't had a good last couple of games. They haven't won their last 3, have they? United lost to Tottenham, lost to 2-0. United was obviously 2-1, and now this game. So yeah, it's you know, like I say, I think there'll be again for me, Everton are another team that will be in the battle. But the reason why I think they'll be all right and the reason why I think they'll stay up is because obviously they have got a good defence. Let's be real. Connor Cody and Tarkowski, they have looked good in certain games, and I think throughout the whole season that will help them, in their quest to stay up, and they will do it again, I reckon. But yeah, not looking great at the moment, but I think they'll be all right. Unfortunately, but let's go through some comments. Chelsea played Villa. Mount scored twice, or am I mistaken? Yeah, Mount scored twice in that game. Yeah, Tyrone Mings calamity at the back for the first goal, and then that I thought was a really good free kick. Saw a lot of people questioning Martinez's positioning for that goal, but I still thought it was a good free kick. To be the way it dipped was sick. Rashford Martial against Silva, Aspie Koulibaly. Exactly. I look at stuff like that as well. Do you know what I mean? They ain't been on the greatest form, have they? Everton 15th, relegation fight looks certain, though they're nowhere near as bad as last season. Don't think, yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Almiron stepping up with Isaac injured. That is also very true. And then Spencer goes, blew away Shay. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's move on to the next game, which is obviously the Man United game. Again, another very dominant display for a team, I felt. Tottenham, from what I saw, didn't really tend to have a sniff. Obviously no goals in the first half, but Lloris, even the commentators were saying it. If he carried on playing how he was, got to be a certain man in a match, really. And, he was keeping Tottenham in the game for as long as he could. But obviously going into the second half, quite early on in the second half, Fred scores out of all players. Bit of a deflection, but he'll take it, and it says it, it's Fred's goal. Sancho with the little layoff to him. And it was quite funny seeing some Tottenham fans rage because, even United fans, like I said, like Kenny, not aiming at Kenny, but even other United fans, they're like, we're going to get battered. Like Tottenham are really not like all that. Like let's be real. There's still Tottenham, that are used to bottling stuff. Look at their run in the Champions League. Look how they've been in the Champions League. They ain't been good enough. I know they've got Conte, but they're not all that. They're not doing as well as an Arsenal, for example. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal, like, again, they're not really playing, like, at the moment, they're not really playing great, but they're still grinding out results. Do you know what I mean? You don't see Tottenham do that. They try and hold on and it just doesn't work out in games. But Man United, really good performance. Fernandes with a wicked goal, I have to be real. In the 69th minute. 69. Let's get that in, because I know a lot of you are probably going to laugh at that one. But yeah, like jokes aside, really good goal, and that put him in a very good position. And yeah, I didn't really see Tottenham do anything, to be honest. Lloris, like I said, it was just a matter of time, until they were going to eventually concede. And yeah, the main talking point about this game isn't even the United win. Obviously, it's Ronaldo walking out, which I didn't watch the game live, as you lot know, but I did see it, and yeah, flipping out, what was going on there? Yeah, you can't be doing that. Whoever you are, you can't be doing that. You can't just be walking away like that before full time. It's disgusting. If any of Luton players done that, or even Liverpool, of course, I'll be fuming. I don't care who you are, even if it's Mo Salah. I don't care who it is. If you do that, yeah, I can't see him being here in the next transfer window. Now, I know it's difficult to get rid of him because not a lot of teams want it. It's difficult because the big teams don't really want him, and then the smaller teams can't get him. So it is a difficult one, but yeah, it's just getting worse and worse week in, week out. And a player like that, like, it's sad to see. Like, let's be real now. Like, how good he was. Just the way he's acting, and it's just proper ruining. What he started off. Do you know what I mean? Like when he first joined Man United, it is gutting to see, even as a neutral, like even as a Liverpool fan. Obviously, I'd prefer Ronaldo, Messi in that debate. You can't really say that now, but overall, I still stand by it. But it's just disappointing, man, to see him doing things like this. Like whoever you are, do you know what I mean? It is got to be going. I've even seen a lot of neutral fans go, it's disappointing to see this, man. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, he's this is quite funny by Kenny. I just saw this. He's like Liz Trust. But nah, jokes aside, it's not what you want to see. Kenny says, I was shocked by this mainly because Spurs are so good at controlling games, even when getting battered. Yeah, against the lower sort of blocks, though, I think like when they play like you lot, like I remember last year you beat them as well. I know it's a closer game there, but still, I knew you'd get some sort of result. Obviously, I did say a draw, but I just knew you weren't going to lose. But I had no chances. Spurs, yeah, exactly. Oh, my camera's now wanting to turn off. Mic issues. Now camera. Hopefully, I'll just turn it back on and it'll. Oh, okay. It wants to turn on a shitty little camera that I don't want to use. There we go. Did Spurs turn up? Because Lloris was the only one switched on. Lloris, mate, that was it. Ronaldo don't like being second fiddle. Total spoiled brat. No one will touch him. Yeah, and like I say, no one will touch him because the smaller clubs can't afford him. And in the bigger clubs, they don't want him. So there we go. Kenny, I've actually got rid of that, you dickhead. His skill ability, wow, but attitude's so wrong. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's get rid of this comment now. Moving on to the next game. Obviously, the last two games. Moving on to today's games. Obviously, it's been announced Gerrard has been sacked. Obviously, I had to change the title halfway through. And I said, surely Gerrard has to go now. With how toxic it was, Villa fans booing not booing themselves, booing the players, booing the manager. Obviously, mainly the manager, but the players just, you can tell their head was not there in that game tonight. I watched the whole game, and obviously I said 1-0 Fulham. I did think it would be a tight one. A lot of people did say a Fulham battering, fair play. I just thought with, Fulham's game, last game at home, obviously it was a narrow. Well, no, sorry, it's a battering. I thought they'd return with a narrow sort of win. But yeah, you can tell the players' heads are not there for Villa, in this game. Obviously, Reed taking a lead, Fulham, the amount of chances they had, again, they were going to score at some point. And obviously, Reed, what a strike that was by him to make it 1-0. I was sitting there, I was watching it on Prime, don't get me wrong, and it did obviously come up before, but I was like, oh, what a goal. And obviously it was a good strike, like I said. And then going, oh, fuck off, camera, stop doing this. Fucking, what is going on with everything? And then obviously going into the second half, Mitrovic scored from a penalty spot. Matty Cash, definitely a penalty for me, his arms out. And obviously Mitrovic, Martinez, he should have really saved it, but Suppose Karma's a bitch because he's turning into a cocky knobhead, isn't he? I'm not going to lie. But yeah, obviously that happened. Before that, obviously, got to mention the red card. Douglas Luiz completely, and that's what I mean by the players losing their head. They're not wanting to play for this guy. Headbutted. I don't know. I can't remember who he headbutted, but instant red card. Definitely not a debate. And then obviously, like I say, they get the penalty as well for the handball. Boom. 2-0. Game's done from that moment in for me, especially with 10 men. And then obviously they got another goal. Tyra Mings' own goal. I'm sorry, but he is shocking. Honestly, if he goes to the World Cup, right, with the calamity defenders we've already got, like Mings can have that one good game every now and then, but most of the times I've seen him, especially this season, it's just been even worse than it has been previously. Because Maguire's going to go, so that's already one shot defender. If I see this guy going, yeah, oh my God. It's not like we're going to win it anyway, but oh my God, that's just going to make it even worse, bro. Seriously. And if I see this idiot Southgate play a back four, and he was at a Liverpool game, by the way. Oh my God, that made it even worse. I see this idiot play a back four. Oh my God, seriously, we're going to get pumped, mate. We are going to get pumped out here, left, right, and centre. No, seriously. Like I say, you know Maguire's going to go. There's something in the contract. Do you know what I mean? So you know that's going to happen in the FA contract. But oh my God, if I see another calamity centre back go, we're going to see at least one more because our centre backs are not all that. Some of them, and some of them get overhyped, and then they start messing up in big games. Tomori. But anyway, oh God, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Flipping hell. Like this guy, that's 2 mistakes in 2 games. Do you know what I mean? Like Southgate seriously looks at that and goes, "Yeah, you making me think of maybe bringing you." Oh my God, seriously, flipping hell. I don't want to know what to think. Honestly, like I say, he will go with Slabhead because there's something in the contract, in the FA contract, that he has to be part of that team. I'm telling you now, people. Telling you now. And you could also say that, Kenny. I won't click on it, but you could also say that. I just don't get the guy. I'm not even going to talk about it now. I will be doing previews in the World Cup to our games, so I'll just talk about it there because I can't be asked to talk about it now. And I might even put when I do the predictions. Actually, no, I won't do that for predictions. I'll put it in the first title. I'll put it on the first preview. Who have we got first game? I think it's Iran. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to put, don't be disappointed when it doesn't come home. Because when I said it's not coming home in the Euros, bearing in mind that was early on, I said that as well. I said that in the Scotland game. Oh, there was a couple of people. I deleted the comments, but they were like, "Oh, you're just saying that because we drew 1 game." No, I know what was coming, mate. I knew what was coming. Yeah, don't tell me what I do and don't know. Yeah, it's a madness, mate. It's a madness. But yeah, there we go with that. But yeah, like I say, it was always, after seeing that performance today, for me, that definitely confirmed he was going to go. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. But credit to Fulham, played really well. And yeah, they look like if there's any time to stay up in their recent time in the Premier League, it's obviously this season, especially Mitrovic firing as well. And, just most of their players playing really well. Like I say, they've done some really good signings. Like I say, I think Leno's a very good signing for them. Because obviously, he's playing for Arsenal. Like I say, he's not the greatest at distribution, but shot stopping, he's brilliant. And you saw that when Villa did have the odd chances today. So, yeah. Chris is loving it. I'm not sure if I've ever seen you on the channel before. But big up yourself. Says Stevie G slipped right out of the Premier League. He slipped again. I can't even lie. You know what I mean? But let me go through the other comments as well. Lewis is buzzing that he's gone, mate. Trust me. Will Gerrard take the headlines? But Fulham very pro-G. Yeah, of course he'll take the headlines. You know what I mean? Fulham big win for them. Certain they're staying up now. I wouldn't say that. It's still time to go. But like I say, if there is a time to start, it is this season. There's still, I'm not one of these. There's still loads of games. But they could have a drop-off. You never know. But anyway, Villa, I worry for them. What manager can lift the squad after this, especially if they're running towards the World Cup? I don't know, mate. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'll tell you what, them players that are getting picked for the World Cup, like probably your Coutinho's and that sort of thing, they're going to be buzzing just to, obviously it's the World Cup and also the fact they're just going to be playing somewhere else where they might actually win something. Not that I think Brazil will win it, but yeah. If we can't beat USA and Wales, I'm finished, blood. If we don't beat Wales, I'll be fuming. I'll actually be fuming. Obviously, USA will be gutted as well. Big up yourself, Spencer. But Wales is obviously one of the derbies as well. And they actually think they're better than us. It makes me laugh. Even with how shite we are, there's no way they're better than us. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not even dissing the Luton players that play for Wales because they don't get picked. And I'll tell you why. Because that Norton Davies tells that manager, who I believe is a former Watford manager, yeah, don't pick them. They play for Luton. Yeah, what have you done since you went to Sheffield United, mate? You ain't done nothing, Mike. But anyway, let's talk about that guy. The better. In our group, Iran to beat us. The thing is, Iran are a good team, man. They're a well-drawn team. And there is rumours. Was it Iran I saw today? Trying to kick them out. I'm not sure why, so I'm not going to get into it. But is it Iran? It was. I'm pretty sure it was. Even Dyer being good lately. Yeah, Dyer I wouldn't mind as much. If it's a back three, by the way. If it's a back three, which you never know with this Southgate guy. But yeah, Dyer, I wouldn't mind Dyer as another option. Maybe not necessarily start. Unless it's a back three, I don't actually mind, to be honest. Ryan are actually good. Yeah, they're not bad, mate. Like I say, they're not bad. Spencer says, got to run T. See you either tomorrow or sat for the pool game. Yeah, whenever I see you, mate, big up yourself. And if I do see you on Saturday, massive shout out to yourself because that's 4:30 for you. AM. By the way, people. Big ups to you, T. Big up to yourself. But yeah, there we go. There we go with that. Moving on to the last game. Obviously, the other game tonight. So close on my prediction. I said 2-1 to Leicester. Obviously, both teams need the points, but Leeds need it. Not Leeds. Leicester need it a lot more. Obviously, they are actually in the relegation zone. Obviously, Leeds are not too far off it now. I think it's only a point now, isn't it? They're literally a point off it. No, not Chelsea. Yeah, they're literally a point. Oh, no. Well, actually, no. It's the goal difference, isn't it? It's the goal difference, actually. So, yeah. But Leicester, obviously, got a goal in the 16th minute. Cock. What a name. With the own goal. It's funny when the commentators say his name, when he's on the ball. Obviously, he got an own goal. Pratt played it across. These names, man. And obviously, yeah, like I said, skidded it into his own goal. And then obviously Harvey Barnes scored a bit later on in the half. Shrewsbury Hall, my G, with the assist. And he had a really good game. Without being biased, he had a really good game yet again. I think with how poor Leicester have been, he's been one of the shining lights. Not necessarily with the goals, of course, but just with the fact how he's actually played. You've got to remember, he's still developing, into a Premier League player. And he's still been, he's been good. He's been good. Obviously, Harvey Barnes, that's another goal for him. Back-to-back home games. That's a goal for him. Oh, no, sorry, actually, no, it's not. Because they drew 0-0 against Crystal Palace when they have scored. How about that? And that's actually 3 games now, despite where Leicester are. That's actually 3 games where they haven't actually conceded a goal. Now, I know the opposition hasn't really been all that. Obviously, the best team they played out of them 3 they didn't score against, which was Crystal Palace, but still an interesting, thing to look at when they are in the position they are in. But a good win for them. Leeds didn't really look like much of a threat. Excuse me. And again, if it carries on being this bad for them, even though their manager's not been, at places as long as others have, I think he can start to get under pressure, pressure on him. Because even when I watch Leeds, which I don't really tend to do a lot, but when I do, they're not really too convincing. Do you know what I mean? They're similar. They play similar to their old manager Bielsa, in my opinion. And yeah, it's not too great to really watch. I'm not going to lie to you, but good win for Leicester. Obviously, that'll help with confidence. And like I said, despite where they are, they haven't actually conceded in their last 3 games. So, yeah. Oh, no, sorry, no, their last 3 home games, sorry. Obviously, they did lose to Bournemouth, sorry. What was I going to say? I was going to go through the comments. Kenny says, going to dip now. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a late one, people, but I was waiting for the other games to finish. Going to dip now. Leeds are heading down, and tomorrow I don't want to do a review and predictions, so I can't be asked. Rather just separate it. Do you know what I mean? Leeds are heading down. As I said, when they beat Chelsea, they're overrated sludge heading down to the Championship. See a tie. Yep, obviously I said at the start of the season they'll get relegated. Obviously I stand by it. And yeah, again, they're another team that are definitely in that battle. Definitely in that battle. Damn, I said dull draw. Well done, Foxes. I knew they'd get some sort of result. Very close on my prediction. I said 2-1 to Leicester. Spuds are in the mud tee. I don't even know who they got next. But obviously, I'll be doing Premier League predictions tomorrow. Obviously, won't be as late as today. Thinking 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. That is the only stream tomorrow. So yeah, but we'll go through the table before we wrap up. We'll go through what the table's looking like as it stands in the Premier League. So let me just get that up. If it wants to work. So what the hell are some of these adverts I see on here? So the table as it stands, obviously Arsenal still top. Obviously their game against Man City didn't go ahead. Tottenham in third. Obviously their second defeat of the season in the Premier League. Chelsea fourth, still in the top four. Man United fifth. Newcastle sixth, Liverpool seventh, so they're slowly getting back up there. Brighton eighth, Fulham ninth, obviously doing really well. Fulham, Brentford 10th, Crystal Palace 11th, Bournemouth 12th, West Ham 13th, Southampton 14th, Everton 15th, Leeds 16th, Villa now 17th. With the same goal difference, actually, as Wolverhampton Wanderers. But, yeah. I did read that right. And then, obviously, it's still Midlands clubs in the relegation zone. Obviously, Wolves, Leicester, and Nottingham Forest. But Leicester and Nottingham Forest getting all right results. Like I said, Nottingham Forest draw away to Brighton. If it weren't for Dean Henderson, definite man of the match that game. If it weren't for him, obviously they lost that game. And then as for Leicester, obviously got that win, which could give them confidence. And before I wrap up, actually, I'm going to have a look at the games. I won't predict them now, because obviously I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, let me just have a look. So Nottingham Forest got Liverpool. I think I know what I'm going to say for that game. Everton Palace. Okay. Man City Brighton. Okay. Chelsea United. That one's interesting. Oh, it's at Chelsea. So I thought it was at United. Either way, I still think people are underestimating United in that. Villa, Brentford. That's an interesting one. Southampton, Arsenal. Despite how Arsenal are doing, Southampton actually have an all right record as far as I'm aware in recent years. I remember that game in the FA Cup where Arteta just took the piss out of it. Literally, I just don't understand what he was doing because that was after they won it. The year after they won it, they lost 1-0, and yeah, I don't know what he was thinking that day. And even in the league, I think they don't do too bad if I'm correct, but I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Leeds versus Fulham, big game for Leeds to try and get something there. Going to be difficult though. Fulham doing well, of course. Wolves versus Leicester, Midlands derby, big game for both of them. Tottenham, Newcastle. I think I know what I'm going to say for that. And then West Ham, Bournemouth is the game before my birthday, day before my birthday. So the Monday night game. That's actually not a bad game, Interesting. Well, I know I'll definitely be doing a watch on to Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. Don't know about any of the others. But we'll see. And I'll let you know nearer on the time. But yeah, that is the end of Premier League Game Week 12 review. Big up everyone that's tuned in. Surprised you had Leeds to score, says Stephen. I just thought they'd get one, of how Leicester have been. But then again, I say that. Leicester, like I said earlier, Leicester haven't actually conceded in their last 3 home games. So, you know, why did I say that? You could look at it like that. CR7 is finished. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. Like I say, even though obviously I follow Liverpool as well, you don't want to see that, man. Like, even if it was my team player doing that, I don't care who it is. That's just and it's sad, man. It's sad because he is obviously still a really good player, but his attitude just stinks, and that's the problem. That is the problem. And yeah, like I say, it's going to be difficult, you know, for other clubs because the smaller clubs can't afford him, and then the bigger clubs, half of them don't want him. I'll tell you what, I would love to see, but I just can't see it happening, especially if, you know, the wages their players are probably already on now. I'd love to see him go to Bayern. You know, just say literally would have done it in all the leagues. But then again, they've got Mane, they've got Sane. They've already got enough for me. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. RWA Production says, oi, oi, big up yourself, mate. By the way, a Sunderland fan. I meant to point there. When Luton play them, we'll be going on there. Well, I think it's after. I think you want me on it after, isn't it? But yeah, I'd love to see Ronaldo at Nottingham Forest. Don't think that will happen, mate. But then again, I'm not comparing players. Who would have expected Lingard there? But then again, he's getting 200 grand a week, so or round about 200 grand a week. So, you know, it's one of them. But yeah, that is the end of the stream. As for content, Tyler looking 14 again. As for content, obviously I'll be back again with Premier League predictions tomorrow. Obviously predicting them games I just had a look at. And then obviously Saturday, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest watch along. Obviously the early kickoff. And then obviously had a show later on in the evening. Derby day with fans. And then an announcement earlier, actually, that I put on the community post. I will be doing a watch along to Luton Watford. Me and British Chat, unfortunately, we can't collab and do our content that we wanted to do this weekend. But yeah, I'll be doing a watch along, be doing a match reaction, and hopefully some others will be doing a match reaction as well. And if you know any Luton fans, or if you are a Luton fan in here as well, if you do want to do a recorded reaction, DM me, hit me up on the DMs, and we'll get something sorted. But yeah, that is all the content, I believe. Well, yeah, there's content midweek, but I'll get into that nearer the time. And I don't know if the one on my birthday is definitely going to happen yet. Not actually doing anything for my birthday, so I thought, why not? And it is an all right game. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Definitely be doing a Liverpool game the day after. But let's go through some comments quickly. Big up Chris. I believe he's a new sub. We got a lot of subs called Chris, so big up yourself. You're another one that's added to that. I did see it as a new subscriber, so I'm guessing it is you, mate. Big up yourself if it is, or big up yourself either way. T-Boys TV Extra is where it is if you haven't subbed. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Hanno is doing a really good job on there. I'm not sure when he's next uploading, but I'm sure with the content flying out on this channel, he will get something out soon. Might even be a watch-along highlights. Hopefully he does one to Watford Luton. I don't even tell him. He just says, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, mate. Do you know what I mean? Do your thing. Because they're really good videos, do you know what I mean? And I love it when he adds the, you know, the laughing, people laughing. It's just class, isn't it? Definitely check them out if you haven't already. Can't believe I'm there. Yeah, man, I'd love to be there. Like I said, I'll definitely be there. Sorry. No, that is actually what I meant to say. I'll definitely be there at the home game. Just unfortunately, I can't go to this one. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a watch along. I was thinking well and hard about it, but then I was like, I'm going to be by myself. A lot of people might not actually be able to try and watch it, you know, so I'm going to help the people out. And yeah, it's a big game, man. It's a big game, as we know. So my reactions, they're going to be crazy, mate. Are you mad? Lucky my stepdad's, he's off on that day, thank God, because I'm literally in the room next to him. And trust me, no holds barred, because how big of a game it is. Do you know what I mean? So you definitely want to tune into that. That's what I'm saying. Might do once I'm home. Yep, no worries, mate. Just let me know nearer the time. Drop me a message or something. And yeah, I think that's the extra channel. Is that the extra channel? Either one. I know it's one of mine anyway. So big up to you. Yeah, it is T-Boys TV Extra. Big up yourself. I'll keep that on. You know what? I'll keep that on till the end. But yeah, don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. How many likes have we ended up on so far? 14. I know some people come back and watch this. So if you do, I'll watch on playback. Don't forget to smash that like button as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share the channel as well. And yeah, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream. Subscribe to my other channel like Ravi's put here in the description as well. Big up everyone inside the chat. Turn on the notification bell for that as well. And if you want to follow me across any of my socials, links to them are also in the description. And yeah, until tomorrow for Premier League predictions, I will see you lot in a bit. So stay safe, take care. Peace.